So I don't see any changes needed. I'll make a motion to accept.
Okay,
Second.
motion made and second to accept the meeting minutes. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Chair's report. I do have a report, but I'll wait for the discussion item to do that. Code enforcement officer's report.
No, I don't have anything tonight to speak of.
Oh, I don't, that sounds loaded.
That's not really happy.
Okay, new business. A, site plan review, Aroma Joe's Restaurant, applicant BHG Properties, Inc., location of 80 US Route 1.
Yes, so this is the proposed Aroma Joe's. It's the lot next to Dunkin' Donuts. I'm assuming you are all familiar with it. I think I have it pulled up here. It's right there, lot 50. The proposed is for a restaurant that does not have any in-house seating. There's just a drive-through and a window for walk-up for people that place an order and don't drive, whatever, they can walk up and pick up their order, but it'll be set back from the road quite a ways, as you'll see on the plan there. Queue for 17 cars, I believe. It's quite a bit more than Dunkin' Donuts is like 9. So it gets a lot of cars off the road. And yeah, they're here tonight. They can talk more about what their proposal is, but so far a permit has been issued for demolishing the structure that's there. And that hasn't happened just yet, but I think it's about to really soon. Because some bush hogging happened, so yeah, I'll let them go from there, I guess.
I'll say, where'd you get that?
Do you have the site plan to put
I
up there?
certainly do.
Good evening, Sean Thies with Haley Ward, representing the applicant tonight. As Luke said, it's a approximately 1,000 square foot building, strictly drive-through. There's no indoor seating, no indoor customer service on the site. So you enter on the right lane. Near the front of the building on the right-hand side is where there is a walk-up window. In most locations.
I think I can zoom in on it.
Okay, thank you. Most locations that is used for DoorDash type deliveries. If somebody places an order online, the delivery driver can come there, walk up to the window and pick up that order. In an area where there is some potential for pedestrian traffic, somebody could, I guess, potentially also order something and go to that window and pick it up, but it's generally to hand out orders, not necessarily take orders at that window. The cars will drive around to the left-hand side of the building, and there is where that last car is parked, or first car is parked, there's an order window, and then you move ahead to the pickup window. If you're not familiar with Aroma Joe's, it's all face-to-face ordering. There's no intercom system, so you pull up to the window, you place your order, go to the next window and pick up.
But for the DoorDash thing, will there be an app that or a call in for that?
I don't believe you can order online, but the applicant,
So you can order through DoorDash currently, but you can't order directly through the Aroma Joe's app. But they will be developing that in the future, and that'll be strictly pickup. We won't be taking orders from that window. I don't think we'll have the manpower to do that.
Because I'm just people do walk around there. I mean, there's schools, kids, they will have to have a car, essentially is what you're saying.
You can order through the DoorDash app and then
That's it.
pick up from the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
so we have parking then, and so this lot, they actually got an easement. There's a strip of land between this lot and the Dunkin' Donuts, an old paper street, I think that this town owned, and they've been given an easement from the street, approximately 200 feet back, I believe is the distance, in order to get enough width on the lot to fit this development.
That was on Miles Lane, you said? That
Yes.
is the incipient Miles Lane that has never come. to be
It was
finished.
actually a road that was used way back, and it
Really?
just kinda died away. It was like I don't think it was ever paved or anything. It was just a wagon trail or whatever, but yeah, we still own it, and yeah, we did the easement.
There's a dumpster enclosure just
Yep.
at the back of the property,
Right there.
an enclosed fence. We're currently working with Maine DOT right now on a traffic movement permit application based on the trips that this generates. DOT has preliminary reviewed the plan. I have a plan that's slightly updated based on the initial comments. The only changes are to the grades on the site. They didn't like how steep the exit was. So it's a little bit tricky because Route 1, there's a fairly decent slope along Route 1, so our two entrances are at different elevations, but our building has to be essentially the same on both sides, and it does go up, so we had the entrance in was relatively not that steep, but the exit was steeper than DOT wanted. So we've revised those grades a little bit, and we're working with them also on some stormwater, because we're tying stormwater into the state DOT stormwater system on Route 1, just to keep the water from flowing directly out to the road. But other than that, they're good with the queuing that we've proposed, and they haven't had any other issues to date, but I expect we'll be having a scoping meeting with DOT pretty soon, and the town will get invited to that meeting to attend as well. Happy to answer any other questions.
Is this the same owners as all the rest of one, like Ellsworth, Bangor?
I don't believe you,
No, this
no,
is
this
our
is their
Your
first.
first one, your first franchise? Okay, okay. I was just wondering.
I've looked at everything, and I always come back to one question, and it's called traffic flow. And anybody that's ever lived in this town or worked in this town or driven through Route 1 at certain times of the morning, it can be a bottleneck there. Do you know if DOT has any plans to change the current configuration of the street?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I believe there's a retaining wall on the opposite side of the road that, from what I heard, DOT maybe just rebuilt it, or I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to talk more to DOT about that, but they were concerned there, if they did want to have a turn lane added there, it would impact that wall, and that was something that they did not want to do. So
So there's,
as of right now, I'm not expecting that they're gonna ask for a turn lane.
there's brand new retaining wall around
Yeah, yeah.
the cemetery there, as well as on this side over here, and you can see my cursor, right?
Yeah.
And then there, Dunkin' Donuts, as you can see, is very close to the road. And there's also a fire hydrant right about there. So there'd be a lot of issues if they tried to put a turning lane in. And you can't go toward the river because you can't really see it here, but it's just huge ledge outcroppings all along there. It's a no-go, so.
That's generally what gets discussed the most during the scoping meeting. Like I said, sometimes they talk about queuing, but I think our plan is pretty good for the amount of cars. I think they generally ask us to get 13 or 14 cars in the queue, and we're exceeding that right now. So,
17, right? Did I get that right?
I'm not sure.
I thought it was 17.
Yeah, if you look on the drawing, if it's drawn to size, you can see that there's plenty of room for
Yeah.
the 14 cars that he currently has in his drawing and queue. And you could easily fit more cars in there.
Yeah.
And there's another lane on the outside, so people could pull in and still pull out. And I guess, when I look at that, I say, well, that's 17 cars that could be potentially pulling off the street that would be normally waiting out there. That, if this were a gas station and we were waiting on gas, building another gas station right next door would make sense because we could fill more tanks. And that's basically what we're doing here, you know?
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, you're not gonna get double the amount of coffee drinkers suddenly. So some of the business that comes here would have gone to Dunkin'.
The overflow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So will there be more business? I'm sure, but will it be double? No, no way.
The majority, I think it's in our traffic movement permit application, but I believe it's like 70% of the anticipated customers are what they call pass-by trips. So they're already vehicles that are driving by this site, just now they're gonna stop. Only 30% of the customers are actually somebody that's sort of going out of their way.
Do you
to
know
come here
what
to get
percentage of
coffee.
those would be westbound as opposed to eastbound?
I believe that is in the, it's in the copy of the DOT application, which we didn't include here. Did you get a copy of that, Luke?
I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, because generally when it
Seen
goes to
for the other
DOT, I think
project, for this
a
one.
copy of it goes to the town, but I'll get that.
I mean,
To you.
how could you really know that?
It's,
Oh, they have
It's a-
traffic studies
Yeah.
for everything.
they count traffic, they
So-
count traffic that's coming and going along Route 1, and then based on the percentage, they break that up.
So what are the hours of operation that you're planning?
5 AM to 9 PM.
Okay, so that's more than Dunkin'. I think Dunkin' doesn't open at 5.
I don't know what time they open, but they close at 7.
I thought they were open at 6, but I may be wrong.
Yeah.
Um,
Was there any discussion in the traffic study about just making a right-hand turn only out of the exit instead of left or right?
We haven't discussed that with DOT.
Duncan does that right now, left or right, when you leave,
You can go either way.
yeah,
and-
either way.
Generally, it's the left turns in to the site
Hmm.
that cause the problems.
There are 2 exit lanes, so at least if somebody is
Right, just keeps
waiting,
it up.
the others can still
Right.
move, traffic can still move, so.
the, like putting in a turn, like, is that just a cost thing that they, like, we just redid this, we don't wanna put the money in, or it's just, is it an impossibility or unfeasible?
I think it's the tight real estate there.
Cost is a big part of it, and we just put those walls in, so that's,
Is there even
Yeah.
room for a turning lane?
it would be tight. Duncan is so close to the
Yeah.
road. Infrastructure would have to be moved. I mean, ultimately, it's up to the DOT, not us, but, I don't see it happening.
I don't, like I said, that was just some of the preliminary feedback that I got from the region traffic engineer.
No,
And unfortunately, any of those offsite improvements, the cost of those fall on the applicant, so
so,
DOT's not paying for it, even if they said that, they did want a lane. But
so local people going in and out could go up Park Street, yes, and avoid this completely? This Park Street is, going east of this, am I correct, am I not thinking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You're saying if you're-
Nicholson, you know.
if you're
Right,
just
just-
going to the school or something.
Right.
yeah, or whatever, you just want, you'd rather not like get caught up in traffic.
Park Street and Nicholson are
Or
both
Nicholson, yeah.
before that.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not like local people be like, oh man, I gotta go through that again. I mean, there would be a way for folks to get around. Right? If you know better, the only people that would really get stuck in that would be tourists, drive-through people, trucks or whatever, people that don't know about Park Street or Nicholson. What, now, so let's say this comes and it just becomes a nightmare. What's our recourse? Could we just like say right turns only out of here, or do you know what I mean? I don't know, like if that would even, like that would help a little bit.
We don't have a
I
recourse.
think DOT makes all the
DOT,
calls on that,
yeah.
it's their road. I don't think we can even suggest stuff like that, can we, Lou?
We can suggest stuff to the DOT, but it's ultimately not up to us, everything's up to them. So,
So that's one thing during the scoping meeting, the DOT will ask what concerns does the town have? So generally, So the code officer would be at that meeting, potentially the town manager if they want to be at that meeting. So any concerns that the town has is they have the opportunity to express those to DOT and talk it through as part of the process. And then any suggestions that DOT has for off-site improvements, they usually ask the town what their thoughts are on those. I don't know what, lots of times it's if they tell us to build sidewalks or something, they want to make sure the town's on board, because anything that's built, the town then ends up maintaining those. That wouldn't be the case probably on this site since there's already sidewalks that exist, but.
Any other questions before we
Oh, I guess I don't.
start the review? Do you wanna take public questions first? or-
I think that would be best.
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Folks, we have a process we need to go through here for a level 2 review, and it can be a little lengthy. So I think in the interest of making things a little bit smoother, anyone in the audience that wishes to make a comment, why don't you come up before we start our lengthy process so you don't have to sit here through it. So anybody who wishes to speak about this project, please come up and identify yourself and tell us what you want us to hear.
And Larry, I did share your letter with all the planning board members.
So my name's Larry Wall, and I own property on the other side of the street. It's 63 US Route 1, it's 75 US Route 1, 77 US Route 1. And shortly will be,
I can go over to this if it's easier. So these three.
To the left.
It's touchscreen, Larry, so don't touch it.
You tell me where you want me to go.
so I own
I can zoom out if that helps.
87, 85.
87, 85. You're buying 81, or you own 81.
Mine Leslie owns it, but I'm, got a purchase and sale agreement.
Gotcha.
So. A couple quick questions on the site itself. Do the owners plan on like manicuring the property up to the property lines? Because I also own on the east side of you and the north side.
He owns that lot right there. Yeah.
So,
So I can answer that. If that's what you want, we will do that. Nice to meet you, Larry. My name is Mark. So it'd be nice to, meet you as a neighbor. So, if that's what you want, we will definitely do that. We want to be good business partners. We want to be good community members. We want to get off on the right foot. And so if landscaping is part of that, absolutely we'll do that.
okay, that's good. Because I'd like to do a little bit more myself. Right now, it wouldn't make any sense to. I had concerns about the water runoff. You've already addressed that. I had one question, well, it's, the way it's laid out right now is like a 4-foot change in elevation from the building to the catch basin, which is what the DOT, I guess, is concerned about. You've got one catch basin at the exit and one catch basin at the entrance. And from what I can see, they're tied in together. And then they go to an existing catch basin in the stream. Am I correct there?
It's a black dot or a square.
There's one here, there's one here, they're tied
This
together.
one here,
Yeah.
it's tied to this one.
Yep.
And then that goes to an existing one.
I believe that, is that correct, Sean? Yep.
I think we're actually going to add a couple more on the site based on the way we're changing the grades.
Okay.
Further back.
Yes, it'll be the same thing, still tying into that basic district.
So that was my concern, is a lot of water dumping into the existing catch basin. Why don't they tie them right into the state main drain rather than tying them together and looping them.
Actually flows down towards McDonald's.
Cost?
Goes underneath the road.
Yeah, and that one then ties into the main at the road, so it was easier to tie into that one that's outside of the roadway. But that would be something that DOT could potentially, or as an agreement, it's their system, if they ask us to tie in somehow differently than what
I
we're
would-
proposing.
Yeah, I would think it should. Instead of going from this to here, that you just tie into here, tie in here.
Depends, if they don't want them to cut into the road's pavement, then
Go to the main line.
usually they don't want any street cuts if it's been less than 5 years since they paved. And time goes so friggin' fast, I can't remember when they paved that, but it doesn't feel like it's been that long. Do you remember?
No, I don't.
It was before they rebuilt the retaining walls
Well, yeah.
project, and that's been a year and a half, but they finished with that, 2 years maybe. So, but I don't remember how long before the retaining walls project was complete. I mean,
Sean, do you know the size of the water line from that existing catch basin to the out to the street? That one where my cursor is?
So that label there where it has a little circle with a B. And
Yes,
then the label down below. calls that
15
out as a
inch,
15 inch
okay.
pipe.
that holds a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a very big site that we're collecting the water off. Draining to that.
True, but it is a big hill behind it, so I
Mhm.
mean, there could be a fair amount of water coming down.
Coming down fast.
Yeah.
It's like 11-foot elevation, different change in elevation from the back of the property to the front. On the exit side. Hours of operation, I had that, building elevations. I assume the building looks like all the other Roman Joes.
We're building one in Rockland right now, that's very similar. It's gonna be the exact same model, I think, from the exterior, so. It's got kind of a little like, it looks not like a lighthouse, but it's got like a second story structure that.
Was there an elevation view?
But basically, it's kind of in the
there an
front, it
elevation
sticks
view
up
in
a little bit. But the rest of it's a flat roof, one story.
So it doesn't look like the one in back, they just put in Bangor.
No, that one in Bangor does not look like that. Due to the size of the lot, we have to put in the specific model.
And what's a stop bar?
It's just a painted line, painted bar on the ground for addition to a stop sign. So some people stop the car, they don't pull out and block the
Okay.
sidewalk.
I had no idea what that was.
That's a reasonable question.
So I guess that covers what I had for the site itself. Now, my biggest concern is the congestion, traffic congestion. Right now, we've kind of established our own thoroughfare behind the buildings, behind our houses, so that we come out.
We'll
If
go
you
back
can
to this.
kick back.
Yeah, sure. You want that, or do you want the GIS?
So we actually, I look here, I own this one, so we actually come around here, go out here when it's really congested. And if we're lucky, we can sneak out this way if there's a car stopped here and there's traffic is just right coming from this way. Let's sneak out. If not, we have to take a right and go up Nicholson. Coming out of here. Now, the new entrance for Aroma Joe's is gonna be right directly across from here. So it's gonna be nearly impossible to sneak out there. So what I'm asking, I've got no problem with the Aroma Joe's itself. But what I would like to see is this driveway, this is a, like an island
Yeah.
between the drives. I'd like to see that taken out, curb taken out, and making this a long driveway. Give me some flexibility in making that turn. So I'd like to see
I
that
mean,
as
I
part
can
of the project.
ask the DOT at that meeting, but that's pretty much all I can do. I don't
Yeah.
have any say on that, and Jay doesn't either. It's all up to the DOT, but at that pre-scoping meeting, I can bring that up as something the town has received a request for and, am in support of. Whether that'll go anywhere, I don't know,
Yeah.
but if there's something else I can do, I'm not sure what it is.
But
I'm open to ideas.
when the,
Are those properties residences?
Mhm.
They're not businesses in these.
when the road commissioner was down here, met with Steve and Rich.
Yep.
The police chief. I did mention it briefly to the commissioner, and he seemed like that could be a possibility. He didn't say no, absolutely not. So I think we may have him on our side, or my side, our side. But that would be the only,
I mean, if they did agree to it, you'd have to do it. They're not gonna,
well, I'm
yeah.
hoping that these folks will do it.
We're gonna have to see the scope and understand it, exactly what you're asking, but I mean, I'm not saying no, so.
So that's,
So
you've all gotten the letter that explain all this.
Larry, by removing that island, that provides you flexibility where you pop out in that entrance exit, that property you showed the.
You're asking what the benefit is of,
Yeah, like you mentioned, it gives you
Well-
opportunity or options.
Well, right now, he's got an entrance here, right directly across.
Right.
I can't make a real good swing coming out here, and plus if you got a car here that wants to pull in.
Right.
It kind of blocks me. So if I've got flexibility, just getting ahead of it here versus making this sharp corner. No.
I'm looking at air photo, it looks like a U-shaped driveway.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do the movement you would desire from the right-hand side of the U?
I think he's saying
Just
you
in
can't
general.
turn and get into the
Yeah.
right side.
I see.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
tight.
I got you. Okay.
If the DOT didn't agree to remove the curb, could you still accomplish what you wanna do by removing most of the island and just turning that into more driveway? But still have the curb in the middle?
I have to go down over the curb.
No, you'd be able to get to the right side that way though, right? There are two
That'd be-
openings,
yeah.
right?
That would help, but it would
Cause the
perfectly.
DOT might say no to removing the curb, but they can't stop you from removing some of the island, that's your,
Yeah.
that's your land, so.
That would be the least.
It's
Uh,
something, I'm
yeah.
just trying to think of options if they say, no, you can't, 'cause sometimes they don't want openings larger than a certain number of feet.
Understood.
And I don't know what that total would, I haven't measured it, so I don't know what that would add up to,
I
but.
can't say as I have either, so. But that would be my, like I said in the last sentence here, I'd urge the planning board to approve the application of Aroma Joe's with stipulation that the driveway get changed. My driveway gets changed.
We can't do that, a contingent.
We can't
Tonight, I
force
guess.
it, but we can recommend it and.
That's, so it's, there's not like a contingency, like
There's no
we're either gonna
contingency.
say yes or no,
Correct.
right, and it's, that can't be, like, we can't say yes with a contingency, so, I mean, all we can do is our best, I guess is what we're
Yeah,
offering,
Mhm.
or not, I mean, that's all we can do.
Would he have to apply separately with DOT to remove that curb on his own?
I think I can,
Without I mean,
Sean, I'm gonna lean on you a little bit, but I
Yeah.
think I can bring it up during the DOT scoping.
Yeah, you can bring it up as a concern that was raised by the public,
Okay.
the property owner.
I mean, and in terms of like having them pay to remove the island, we can't, that's not our purview either,
right,
right?
that's
That's, I don't,
separate.
you know, that's not anything we can put, like, we can add that in the plan.
I-
So,
Yeah, I don't think it's a huge cost, other than, the biggest thing would be removing the curb, I think, because that granite goes down in quite a ways.
Right. The island itself is grass at level of the,
Yeah,
The
it's
driveway.
not a big, that's not a big burden.
you can
But
even
it's,
drive on it.
but it is a hump, which kind of limits you from driving over it.
As long as it's not a piece of ledge.
Well, it might be ledge on it too. It might be the reason for the island.
Well, that could be a deal breaker at that point.
the property you have that's abutting and behind, did you have, there's nothing on it right now, it's right, just vacant, just.
Correct.
I don't know if you had any plans to put any, I mean, did you plan on developing that at some point? I mean, I don't know, I mean, I just was curious, because now, if you're developing that, but that's going to be developed, then, right, you see what I'm saying? Like, you've got 3 in a row, but I don't know, I was just curious.
Well, it's not off the plate. Not for me to do it, but possibly for somebody to do it someday, to develop.
Rich and I have been telling any developer that asks about the property he has there, so.
Would that, so how would that impact, like having yet another business there? Is that, do you know what I mean? Would that prompt maybe adding a 3rd lane, but I don't know.
Well, it
what the
depends,
Traffic
but
demands are.
most of the developers that have looked at that lot have been housing projects and things of that nature. And that lot goes back, there's, I think that lot has an access point to Nicholson, doesn't it?
It does,
And then the
yeah.
town has one to Nicholson further up as well, off of that Miles Lane.
Okay.
So there's some options there for other access points to that lot if they're, depending on what the development was. It's part of the reason that the town hasn't given Miles Lane, what the undeveloped portion of Miles, hasn't given it to the abutters, is because I see that as a potential tool, for helping a developer, something the town can do to help them.
So approving this wouldn't hinder further development?
No,
Okay.
no,
And just to add, I'm in the process of buying a lot above mine that connects it to Pond Street Extension.
Mhm.
So it'd come all the way down through to Route 1.
so.
This is the island. I
Yeah.
call it an island.
It's actually not that much. I was thinking it would be more curbing than that, but. So,
Okay. Well, thank you, folks.
if you think of anything else, let us know.
Anyone else? Please come up.
Gentlemen, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is George Hartnell. I live at Lot 52, which is at the corner of Nicholson and Route 1. So I can't wait to see the coffee wars begin when construction is done and they're in business. But I had 2 concerns. One, I think where you cited your Dipsy dumpster works great for me. The further back you put that, the less noise it's gonna be.
This one,
Dunk,
on the
Is that
corner, you
yours?
said?
that's my house, yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the Dunkin' Donuts opens at about 3 to 3:30 every morning, and somebody's always throwing stumping in the Dipsy dumpster and
That's when
waking
it's
me
time
up.
to make the donuts.
Waking, I know. I just would like to find out who's making the donuts. And the other, and I don't know you have the authority to this, but I watch the traffic go east and west, and somebody asked a question, where is it? When is it greatest? And it's sort of, it depends the time of the day and the day of the week when the traffic is going to or coming from Acadia and points off to the east. I just wonder whether, and I watch cars coming down Nicholson, yes, people should know there's a way around that, but they don't, and sometimes the traffic is backed up so much I can't get out of my garage. And whether a light could be put there, and I think a light would also serve to at least stop the traffic that would allow people to get off into one of the coffee places at that time. But those are my only concerns.
I don't know about another light, I mean, but I do know that the light that we have is a big part of the traffic congestion that we
You're
have.
talking about the bridge, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that is there's a study being done right now, and that's being addressed, I believe, in the summer of '27. So not this coming summer, but the summer after that, we should be getting new light with new controls, and
But it's
supposedly
still
it's
be
gonna, help, cause on a summer Saturday, holy
Mhm.
smokes, it gets
Yeah,
backed up
I
all the way out to
know.
home co-op,
I-
it's crazy.
I know, yeah.
And that's because of that light, you
And then
know.
then they hit McDonald's and you got the same issue down there.
Yeah. Another thing that we're working on is currently the signs, and this is a little thing, but the signs, the blue highway directional signs that point to the schools are right by Nicholson Avenue, and Rich and I are trying to get those moved over to Park Street to try and get traffic to turn off sooner if it's going to the schools, and get some of the traffic away from Nicholson Avenue.
I think with like, Google Maps, everybody would be able to put their trip in and like be able to look and go, wow, that's a better option. I mean, it's nice to have an option and not all have to go up Nicholson, but
Yeah.
I mean, that might help, but I don't know, maybe.
Like I said, it was a little thing, but we're hoping it helps get some people to take Park Street, cause Park Street, I think, is underutilized for sure.
Yeah, irony is there's a sidewalk on Park Street, not on Nicholson.
I know.
That's a sensible thing, isn't it?
We worked hard to get that sidewalk put in, but,
I'm all in favor of those.
Yeah.
It makes for safer pedestrian travel, and it's gonna grow, I mean, kids walk down from high school, down to go to McDonald's, whatever, and, anyway.
yeah. Other concerns?
No, that's it. Yeah, I'm glad to see that building go. It's an eyesore and
Yeah.
stray cats and God knows what else is in there. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to make a comment on this topic?
I'll just make a comment that, Bucksport has been great to work with so far, and we've so appreciated the welcoming, and even tonight, I mean, you're hearing their concerns. We wanna do whatever we can to be a good business, in the community, and, we'll do what it takes, so, when you're considering this, please consider that as well. The building, we've already got the demolition permit issued, and I'm taking it down this weekend. And it's because we wanted to leave it better than we bought it, and even if you didn't approve it, we're still gonna take it down and improve that lot, so that whoever comes in next will have something there that they can use. We're hoping that it's us, but if that doesn't happen, at least we'll leave Bucksport in a better place, so, that's kind of our values and where we're coming from.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public? Do any of you have any questions before we start this level 2? I think probably what we'll do on this is what we've done the last couple of times, is we'll go down through them, not making any votes, discuss each one, and then we'll go back and make our votes from there. I believe there's 19 items here, folks, and sometimes it takes a little bit, but we have to go through each one, so please bear with us. Okay, level 2, review. Okay, we've done all that.
You start with the environmental standards, or do you?
Yep, we'll start with the environmental standards. 1, soils are suitable for the land use. Any issues here with that?
No.
Stormwater runoff from the land use is minimized to the greatest practical extent and adequately managed to reduce the risk of relevant detrimental effects.
Yep.
I mean, we discussed that.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Soil that may be exposed during any soil disturbance activity of the land use is adequately protected from unreasonable erosion and sedimentation.
There's a erosion sedimentation control plan in place.
Okay. Surface and subsurface waters are adequately protected from the detrimental effects of any water pollutant from the land use.
Yeah.
The ambient air environment is adequately protected from the detrimental effects of any air pollutant from the land use.
It's almost like not applicable because we're not really generating.
Right.
Yeah. Significant wildlife habitat and other important habitat as identified in the Bucksport Comprehensive Plan as adopted are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effect of the land use.
That'd be not applicable.
I
That
would
ship
say-
sailed.
Other than the displaced cats.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Stray cats.
Good one. Vegetation within any applicable shoreland district is protected from excessive cutting or removal.
Past the 250. Right?
Yes. So that's not.
Site visit documentation to verify compliance with any environmental objectives. Everything, okay?
Not applicable.
Special conditions to ensure compliance with any environment objective. Okay, we trudge on, folks. Special areas. Areas of prehistorical and historical importance are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effect of the land use.
Nothing there.
No sacred grounds there, anything?
That old Miles Lane Trail is not of historical value. Okay, I don't know. Maybe George Washington.
Mr. Spooner hasn't reached
Wrote
out
a
either.
course up there.
Vistas of scenic value are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effect of the land use,
Not applicable.
I would say.
It's more of a
Getting
house.
better.
Yeah.
Making it better.
Areas for public access to water bodies, wetlands, and areas developed with commercial fisheries and maritime activities are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effect of the land use. Not applicable. Areas of flood hazard are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effect of the land use.
There's no flood hazard there.
It's not in a flood zone.
Areas with unique natural character identified in the Bucksport Comprehensive Plan as adopted are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effect of the land use.
It's also not applicable.
Site visit documentation to verify compliance with any special area objectives. Special conditions to ensure compliance with any special area objectives. Moving on to local areas standards. The scale and site features of the land use are consistent with the development patterns in the local area or neighborhood.
Yes.
Yes.
The land use is appropriately separated and shielded from abutting land uses and public or private ways to adequately mitigate any relevant detrimental effect. I'm assuming you don't want to be shielded and would like to be seen?
No, we'd like to be.
I
seen.
was thinking, probably you might. Any relevant detrimental effects of electromagnetic field from the land use are adequately mitigated.
It's not applicable.
Any relevant detrimental effects of artificial lighting from the land use are adequately mitigated.
They provided lighting in the application. It's all down lights and didn't look like there would be any real light pollution there.
Okay? Any relevant detrimental effects of noise from the land use are adequately mitigated.
Just no 3:30 AM dumpster,
I mean,
That's Dunkin' Donuts.
Any relevant detrimental effects of nuisance odors from the land use are adequately mitigated.
Coffee.
Hopefully you won't be emanating any of those, hopefully. The solar gain utilized by active or passive solar energy collection systems that may be impacted by the land use is adequately protected.
not applicable.
Any relevant detrimental effects of smoke and dust from the land use are adequately mitigated.
Not applicable.
Any relevant detrimental effects of subterranean vibration from the land use are adequately mitigated.
It's the same review process you'd use for a gravel pit. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I wouldn't think there'd be any.
I wouldn't think there would be any. Site visit documentation to verify compliance with any local area's objective.
I would suggest those occur after it's in operation, so we get coffee.
Sure. Special conditions to ensure compliance with any local area's objective.
Not needed.
None. Moving on, public safety standards. Public safety objectives that must be met, except as noted, non-applicable. The quantity and quality of public and private drinking water supplies are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effects of the land use.
Say not applicable.
I would say it would not be. The safety and sufficiency of energy supply services are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effects of the land use.
Say it's not applicable. Existing power lines on the road.
Public safety services are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effects of the land use.
Yeah.
Any problem getting a fire truck in and out of there, ambulance in and out of there?
You could do it.
They made that loop big enough to get
Get around,
trucks in
yeah.
and deliveries and stuff, so fire trucks shouldn't have any problem.
Good,
Hopefully that doesn't come to pass.
yes. Public wastewater facilities are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effects of the land use.
Wastewater has signed off saying that they don't have any concerns, so I'm
Okay.
assuming that's
So you answer that yes, or?
yes.
The proper management of solid waste is adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effects of the land use.
Say yes.
There would be a grease trap, correct?
Yep, there's a plan for that, and then the dumpster.
The safety and sufficiency of streets and sidewalks are adequately protected from any relevant detrimental effects of the land use.
I believe so.
Site visit documentation to verify compliance with any public safety objective.
No,
Special conditions to ensure compliance with any public safety objective.
none needed.
I wouldn't think so. Specific uses standards. Specific uses objectives that must be met, except as noted, non-applicable. Objectives,
I don't think any of this
they've been
applies.
met, haven't they?
Yeah.
Site visit documentation to verify compliance with any specific uses objective. Special conditions to ensure compliance with any specific uses objective. Hang on, folks, we're getting there. Dimensions, objectives that must be met, except as noted as non-applicable. There are
setbacks
the
and-
objectives.
Just the setbacks, and they've shown
Site-
that they meet those, so.
Site visit documentation to verify compliance with any dimensions objective. Special conditions to ensure compliance with any dimensions objective. Okay, we have finally come to the end of that portion. Now, we can go back and we'll go through these one at a time, and ladies and gentlemen on the board, someone has to make a motion on each one of these, either yay or nay.
On the ones we've answered, yes.
Yeah, as long as, yes. No, it's just one, like, so there's a vote for the environmental standards.
Oh.
So, is there clear and convincing evidence in the
Oh, I
record to
see, yeah,
support
right,
the
right.
conclusion that the above applicable special areas objectives have been met, yes or no?
So we make a motion to say yes, somebody seconds it.
Have they been met? Is somebody wanna make a motion that they've been met?
I'll make a motion that we've met that standard.
I'll second.
Second, any more discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is there clear and convincing evidence in the record to support the conclusion that the above applicable special areas objectives have been met?
I'll make a motion that, yes, we met that standard.
I had them all as non-applicable, but,
Not number 6.
am I wrong, am I looking at the wrong
I
thing?
had that as a yes though.
Oh,
This one? That's environmental. We're on special area standards, right?
There's only
Special area objectives,
yeah,
5, yeah.
yeah, they're all, so that would be
So we don't need to do
they're
that.
all NA, so we don't need to vote on that.
Keep going.
Moving on.
the middle box, yeah.
Sorry, I was on the wrong page.
I was flipping back and forth.
Okay, local area objectives. Is there clear and convincing evidence in the record to support the conclusion that the above applicable local areas objectives have been met?
Come on, George. I'll make the motion that, yes, we've, met that objective.
Anyone second that?
I'll second.
Okay,
All those in
any more discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Public safety standards.
I did,
Is there clear, excuse me,
can I ask a question?
oh, yeah,
So, in terms of the safety and sufficiency of the street and sidewalks, I guess we answered yes, because there's the stop bars and there's the, do not enter signs, and the width is designed for cars and stuff, but we can't guarantee, the safety of motorists on Route 1.
that is correct. They're at the mercy of DOT on that.
So this is really just about what they've done to,
That would be my interpretation, Lou.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Good. Okay, we'll carry on. Okay, we've done that. Public safety standards. Is there clear and convincing evidence in the record to support the conclusion that the above applicable public safety objectives have been met?
Yes, I'll make motions to prove that. Or,
Yes, I'll second.
Thanks, Trish.
thank you.
Motion and second, any more discussion on it? All those in favor of this motion?
Aye.
All those opposed, okay, motion carried. Specific uses standards,
Yeah.
not
no vote on
applicable.
Dimensional standards plus applicable, just the setbacks.
Goes over.
That's it?
Okay, we've got one more, it's
Dimension.
dimensions objectives that must be met, except as noted, non-applicable. And I have a couple there that are not noted as such, so. Dimension objectives, is there clear convincing evidence in the record to support the conclusion that the above applicable dimensions objectives have been met?
Let's mix it up a little.
Yeah, come on.
I know, yeah.
I think that's a motion.
Tepid response.
Could you
Yeah, I'll
second that,
second.
Sean?
Mark it.
Do we get any more discussion? Those in favor of this motion? Those opposed? Thank you, Bruce. Okay, we're at the end, folks. Decision. Based on the conclusions of the planning board as documented above, the proposed land use A will not have any impact that is contrary to the purpose of Appendix K land use, and therefore the application is approved. Or B will have an impact that is contrary to the purposes of Appendix K, L, and use, and therefore the application is denied.
I'll make a motion to say that A is applicable, it will not have an impact, contrary to public use.
I will second that.
Okay, this is big. You didn't need any more discussion on this, folks. All those in favor of making this motion for this project?
Aye.
Those opposed? You have your project, sir.
Did you sign that?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep. What time's the show this weekend?
What
What
time
time's
are
the
you doing
demolition
the
show?
demo?
I'm gonna be there Saturday morning, probably around 9 AM. It's being done by Steve Bell, who's a local guy, so he'll be out there with the excavator.
Will coffee be served? Just kidding.
Well, if you get it from Dunkin'.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, I can't believe it says that.
Luke, do you want this other plan that was slightly updated?
Sure, yeah, you can just leave it there.
That is the ultimate answer right there. Is the ultimate. Okay, folks, we're finished with that. We can move on. B, under new business. Subdivision revision, Brewer Lake, Shauna Haskins, applicant is Paul Carcass and family, location 35 Merritt Drive.
Conversation.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's a little entertaining, right? All right, this is a subdivision revision. I learned something. An amendment is when there's a small change to either a property line or whatnot. But a revision is when you're actually adding a property line and creating new lots. So this is a revision. And basically the parents, it's under a trust, but the parents have a lot with the house on it that you see there. And they are adding 2 property lines so that each child, saying this right, can each have a lot. They have the adequate 200 feet of frontage for all 3 lots. So because it's a subdivision lot, they have to come to you for the revision. But what they're doing is adding 2 property lines to make 3 conforming lots.
So Luke, you said they have the adequate frontage, it has adequate acreage?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, you can see 200 feet and it goes all the way back at 200.
Right.
So that meets the requirements there. And the owners, the original owners, maintain 200 feet as well. So they're good, just barely. But they have enough, so, yep. So I don't know if you have any questions or what their,
Folks, come on up,
surveyors here.
please. So originally there were how many lots?
He had one, approximate 8-acre-ish
Okay,
lot,
yeah.
and so subdividing it hopefully into 3 is the proposal.
The original subdivision
Oh, yeah.
is,
Oh, yeah.
is this, let's see, this 24-5, 24-5, 3, 6, 5, 2. This one over here as well, even though it's not numbered properly. All of those were part of the original Haskins subdivision. And there's been a couple of amendments. In fact, we did one not too long ago, like
Yeah.
3-4 months ago. We did a small revision to divide off a piece of land and give it to an abutter down in here somewhere, I don't remember. It was off of that fallen way right there, so, in any case.
So this application is just about the subdivision, or the,
It's just dividing this lot
right, revision.
into 3 lots.
Do we ask questions about proposed land use and
Yeah.
soil erosion, all that kind of stuff, or?
Are you planning to build?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the hope is that we would have to get obviously the perk test and all that
Yeah,
thing to see
yeah.
if we could build, but that would be
So
the
you'll be
goal.
back before us again then.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly, exactly.
Are
yeah.
you planning to do like a family
Yeah,
compound?
yeah.
Okay,
But
that's
our-
where I'm
our-
getting at.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
It already is.
Already a
Right.
family
So we're all in one
You're just
house.
spreading it out. Okay, you're just
Yeah, we-
separating a little
For,
bit. Okay.
for us, it would be our hopefully year-round residents eventually.
Okay.
Within 5 years or so. For them, I think they're looking for
Yeah, we're
summer.
probably gonna be more seasonal.
Seasonal than anything.
And my
Okay.
parents are sort of
Right in
like
the
8
middle?
months out of the year. Yeah,
Okay.
and they're in that middle lot there. Yeah.
Which one's yours and which
Mine
one's
would be on the right.
this
So,
one?
Yes, yep.
And then yours is in this one?
Yeah, sorry, I was used to it being.
Okay, no worries. No worries.
Yeah,
So lot 2-1, there's no road driveway yet.
correct.
Yeah, oh, okay.
It's
So
all
yours,
underdeveloped wooded area
I
currently.
see. Okay.
Except
But there is
yes,
one for lot 2-2 already.
Yes.
My parents' current
Yes.
driveway goes through the lot
Theirs,
that they're
yeah.
proposing.
Yeah.
And they would have to have a.
A right of way through our property, yeah.
Is Merritt Drive a private?
It already met all of that when they did the original
It is?
subdivision.
And if there's their association
Okay.
There's a road association.
with you guys and other people? There's two.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay, okay,
Yes,
okay,
Yes. but
okay.
there is road
It's part
association.
Bucksport and part like Holden, I think.
Holden,
and
okay.
So,
okay,
two associations.
Mhm.
all right.
To get out there.
I've never come in from Holden. Is it quicker than the Strickland Ridge Road?
Yeah.
Is there a, what is it? The
There's
a gated area that you
well, that's
can't,
also a private road.
Right.
It's not a public road,
Right.
so it's
That's the
for.
Bucksport side.
the Bucksport side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need-
You can't get out there. It's hard to get out
Hard to
there.
get out
Like,
there, yeah, yeah.
The part of the road when it starts to be Bucksport gets a little narrower, so that part's a little trickier, but most of it's good.
There's houses that were just built.
Right,
next
they
door.
did just build a house next to my parents and
And they're building another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
They
that's the
are?
Orrington side and the Brewer,
Might
okay.
be right across the town line.
It's.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's Rob's Bucksport or.
Rob's.
Brewer Lake,
Rob's house, yeah.
which is
Yeah.
at, like 4 towns, Brewer Lake.
Yes,
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
huge. Okay,
But not Brewer.
but yeah, not Brewer, it's so weird.
True. I never thought of that. That's really fun.
What's your, I guess, you're planning within 5 years and you're holding off.
We'll probably build within, hopefully, if we can, build within 5 years.
Okay.
And it would just be seasonal for the moment until
Okay.
later on in life, maybe.
There's, I mean, other than the concept approval, there's not much to.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the subdivision itself, it's part of the original subdivision, so it was already approved for everything.
They're just giving it to
These
you.
folks that own it could build on these without dividing it.
Right,
It's really, they're only here because it's a subdivision lot. They can't do the division without coming to you first. But other than that,
I mean, it's within your family, so.
Yeah, and it comes down to us eventually leaving it to our
Right,
children.
yeah,
and so
right,
that's why
right.
we were thinking of, because we did consider just building, because you can build,
Yeah,
you know,
they
like you
could.
said, but,
It's easier
We
to,
figured-
once, yeah,
yeah, with more kids involved.
right.
Anyone have any more questions for these ladies?
It's very
Assume that
easy.
there's adequate chance to put a well and septic
Right.
and all that.
Yes,
Obviously, they aren't identified, but
That's our next.
that's the next,
Yeah,
next
next,
hurdle,
okay.
number one.
Yes, yeah.
That's
To make
number
sure
We
two.
figured do this first, and then we're gonna see about the
Hard
soil
soil
test and
testing,
all of
yeah.
the spacing, and then we
Yeah.
would do the real estate lawyer and actually get it done, yeah.
I have no more questions, so I was just wondering.
In terms of emergency services, like, there's no, like, these I mean, there's no specifications for these sorts of.
I mean, a fire truck could get out there, an ambulance could get out there. Strickland Ridge Road is not fun, but there's other houses out there already, so.
Right, and their
I mean-
builders come out too with their big trucks too, so it's not ideal, but they can get out there.
It's a lot better than trying to get into Thurston
Fire
Pond.
was out last year,
You know, I mean,
and it's going to get improved more as we build.
you wouldn't be sending school buses down there.
No, you'd have to be picked up at the end of the road, yeah.
Quite the hill.
Yeah, it's quite,
And the
yeah.
town's not gonna plow it, so.
No, it's
Right.
private road. Yeah.
Private road, right, so
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, what must we do in order to approve this? Do we need to make any motions? We need to sign it?
Make a motion and vote and then sign it.
Okay, entertain a motion?
I'll do it.
Right.
Yeah. me,
Okay.
I'll second it.
Yes.
Do we need any more discussions? Those in favor?
Well, that was a motion to approve, yes.
Aye.
Yes,
Okay, I just wanted to-
yes.
I just wanna make sure here,
I'll
because
prove it.
it's scantily worded, just.
All right.
I know one voting.
Those approve.
Aye.
Those deny. You're all set, folks. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Two copies over here.
Okay,
I need you guys to sign them.
all right.
Yeah, our parents are watching from San Francisco right now.
Oh, nice.
Hello, parents.
Oh, we have to sign it. Oh.
Let's finish up real quick.
Yeah.
and- well,
Okay. So we're finished with that. 7, administrative business. I see there is none. Item 8, limited public forum, an opportunity for the public to address the board on matters related to land use or planning in the town of Bucksport. Any public comments on anything having to do with land use?
Oh, here's a question.
Well, I don't know if it quite fits under land use, Mr. Chairman, but just wanted to introduce myself. Let me step up to the podium here. Just want to introduce myself for record. My name is Chris DeBeck. I'm starting just my second week at the River Observer newspaper in town, so I just wanted to make sure that, unfortunately, I don't have any business cards yet to pass out. That's how new I am still. But I just wanted to make sure I made that introduction before we left tonight, so.
Thank you.
Good, thanks for that. I hope we see you often.
Well, that's the plan.
Good.
Thank you.
I thought it was your surveyor.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Chris, you said?
Chris, yes.
Any other comments? Seeing none, I will close the limited public forum. Item 9, discussion. I have something to discuss. Does anybody else have anything they want to
I
discuss?
do, too.
Go
You go
ahead.
first.
Go ahead. 3 years ago, I was able to attend the end of the year planning board meeting. 4 days before, I had total hip replacement. That was my first one. So I was not at the meeting. And that's when Steve Bishop had to step down. And I was elected to be the chairman of the planning board, which I graciously took, and I said, I'll do it for a year. Well, 1 year has turned into 2 years. 2 years has turned into 3 years.
That's the way these things go, you know.
It is the way those things go. What my plan is to step down as
Oh, geez.
planning board chair. I would still like to remain on the board. This was all new to me when I started this 7 years ago. This was kind of neat. So at some point, we're gonna have to elect people for 2026. If not now, either at next month's.
It'll be at next
Meeting.
month's meeting.
So we gotta think about it, folks, and if someone would like to serve as the planning board chair, I would be happy to volunteer. I don't wanna take any of your thunder, but if the new chair needs an assistant, I would be glad to take that role. If the new chair needed an assistant.
I, for one, think you're doing a fantastic
Yes,
job.
you're doing
It should
so
remain.
good.
However, that's just one voice.
Well, thank you very much. But like I said, 3 years, that's 2 more than I was expecting to do it. And I told Luke, I will be very honest, if no one steps up, I'll do it again for another year. But I'm hoping that someone will do it.
He's
And,
looking at
you know, we can share the
us.
wealth here, guys and gals, we can share the wealth.
Okay.
Anyway, that's it for me.
I'll let you know, I handed Luke, my letter of resignation. I'm building a house in Stockton Springs, and I was gonna hang on to the board till that was ready, and I moved and switched residency. I was thinking in March, but I, was offered a slot in a class for a emergency medical technician, EMT class. And they meet on Tuesday
Tuesday night,
nights.
let me guess, yeah.
Yeah, so January 6th, if we have a meeting, would be my last meeting.
Bummer.
Yeah, I know, I'm sad.
Wow.
It's
And
just
we,
us.
We're also losing Terry because she
She's
was
done.
Elected to
elected to
council.
council and she
Yeah.
can't be on both, so this would have been her last meeting.
So even though.
So we have 2 openings and we also need a new chair. We will be having a meeting on January 6th.
Okay.
We will be reviewing an application for Tractor Supply. And we also have a
This is the only
minor.
town in Maine that doesn't have one yet. Great.
Just question, now, if the weather was inclement last 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
is a possibility of doing a Zoom meeting? Like, if we're, you know what I mean? Is that not legitimate because we're not here and can't sign things?
Yeah, I have never done that with planning board. I know the council did it during COVID, but we never did. I don't know.
I just, for one, I think the logistics of it would be a little.
I don't like them, I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it meant having a full quorum as opposed to not being able to, I mean, if there were only like 2 of us that showed up tonight on a reschedule, that now you're really backlogged. You know what I mean? That's, you could
We
really.
legally
backload things.
can, I mean, the town has a policy that we put in place during COVID that is part of our ordinance, so we can legally do it, but we never have. Certainly if there was, like, you know, if you really wanted to be a part of this Tractor Supply application next, you know, in 2 weeks, and you knew you couldn't be here because you're gonna be away, you could let us know, we could get it, you know, let Dylan and Jim know, and we could get it, and you'd be on the screen.
I'm not planning to be away yet, so.
I'm just saying, I mean, we could do that. We have had, I don't know if it was an applicant, we had somebody on the screen once for one of our meetings.
I didn't know, I mean, if it's, because that's the time that people plan, so that, I don't know, that might be a better option than trying to reschedule.
I didn't wanna reschedule, but they closed the office and I didn't have a choice, so.
Right, that's.
But some of the applicant, like the, Roma Joe's folks, they came up from Rockland, so, you know, it probably wasn't good driving for them, so it made sense. I'm glad you guys were able to come tonight.
So do they own Rockland too?
No, they just live down there.
Oh, they just live.
Yeah,
on
just,
it.
it's just a shame if that were the case, you know, and we get really backed up. I mean, we had to do a couple of, you know, lengthy reviews in the same night, if, you know, it's. It could be done if you deemed it necessary.
It could. Preferably if we had a little bit more time to,
I mean,
you know.
I prefer to actually be here
Yeah.
rather than.
Anything else? Okay.
Anything ever discussions? Hate to see you go, Mike.
I
Oh, thanks.
know.
I mean, I'll-
You have added a lot to this board, and I mean that. Your
I'll still-
level of expertise was,
That's what I did for 36 years.
you must have caught on a thing or two then, huh?
Yeah, but, you know, I'll still be with the fire department, so maybe I'll see you around.
Good. Well, thank you for serving.
You're gonna join the board in Stockton, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Any other items for discussion?
I'd like to make a motion, but I don't think I will seriously, to like refuse his resignation.
I'll stay on, I'll just come up from Stockton every Tuesday, but not while the EMT class is going on.
But you're not a resident, so you can't sit up
I
here, can
know,
you?
I know.
Well, you can come to the meeting still,
It's true.
in a pine.
I'll ask questions.
Anything else,
That's
folks? One other motion to entertain.
Move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn,
Second.
and a second. I don't think that needs discussion. All in favor?